How to change the top mount on a Volkswagen Corrado or a Mk2 Golf or a Mk3 Golf. So the Corrado is back in the shed and we are going to fix what's the problem with it. So when I'm driving and I accelerate and de-accelerate, I can feel the whole car moving forwards, backwards. It's like as if someone's grabbing the front wheels and literally pulling them back into the car or pushing them away from the car. It's a very strange sensation, so I'm pretty sure it's the top mounts. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. What else could it be? But I'm pretty sure it's the top mounts. Well, in this video we're obviously changing the top mounts because I bought new top mounts. So let's give that a go. Here we have the VR6 Corrado and brand new top mounts. I can barely just get my finger in. Here we are on the 16 valve, which I think the top mounts are bad. And I can get my whole finger in, no problem. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to take the risk that it is the top mounts that are wrong with this car. And the other side is just as bad. I can fit my whole thumb in there, no problem. I'm not sure whether the cap should actually just sit up this high, and that's just the make and model of these top mounts and the cap, but I'm pretty sure they should sit a lot lower. So that's why I'm changing them. So this is the old one. This is what the new one looks like. There's a bearing in the center and then the bush on the outside. Next we take off the two bolts here at the bottom of the strut. Next, taking a 22mm socket, we can whiz off the nuts. It might not be the right way, but using a 22mm socket, we can whiz off the nut and that's released. What you can also do is get one of these sockets for taking out the spark plugs. You knock out the center, you can put it down there like that, and put an Allen key through the center, and then you can use a spanner to move this, or you can hold this stationary and use the Allen key, and that will also take out the nut. But it's way more fun and easier to use the impact with the 21mm socket and just whiz off the nut. Take the cap off. Next we take out the two bolts. So the first step to changing this top mount is to put on spring compressors. So we have two spring compressors either side. That'll take the tension out of the spring or compress the spring down. That allows us to take out this center nut. The center nut is actually holding the spring back as well as the top mount. So once we take the tension off the spring, we can then undo the nut and then release the top mount. To take off the top mount, there is a nut just there and we slowly wind it out. There is a special tool, but a long nose pliers does the same job. So just slowly turning it there. It's nice and easy because the spring compressors are taking all the tension. There is a proper tool, but I don't have the proper tool. So this is how I'm doing it. Now with the nut removed, we can take off the old top mount. You don't have to do this step, but this is what I like to do as well. Take off the cap, lift out the spring. Now with the dust boot removed, you find something flat, and we're going to compress the spring. Oh, that's good enough. You can see the rod is putting itself back out, so we know that this dampener is actually a good quality dampener and it's actually working. If that had compressed in really easily, or if it had compressed in and not pushed itself back out, well then we know that dampener is bad. Also, it'd be a very good indication if it was leaking. But because this dampener came out very quickly and was very difficult to push back in, we know that this dampener is actually a very good quality dampener. Here we have the brand new top mount, and what I like to do is inside the little bearing just down there, just put a little bit of extra grease because I think they're a bit stingy with the grease. But if you definitely pack them with more grease, they're not going to wear out or get damaged. Here we have the two top mounts side by side, and they look to be pretty much the same height. And in the center, just this piece here, it looks to be pretty okay. And obviously at the bottom, just down here, there's a nice gap between the end of the bushing and that metal disc all the way around. This is the brand new one. Maybe it's a little bit more pronounced, but yeah, that looks the same. But then we have the really old one I've just taken out. And you can see there's absolutely no gap here at the bottom compared to the new one. So obviously this one is worn out, and you can also see there's a split just here, and this whole ring here is more forward and up than the brand new one. Brand new one is kind of, there's a dip between here and the outside, where this one, you can see there's no gap. So this one I'm going to say is definitely worn out because there's no gap underneath. It's ripped here at the side, and this here is nearly flush. And take a look at the other one. See, there is a dip here. There's no real visible damage all the way around. And there is a gap, maybe not as much as the brand new one, but obviously it has been sitting with a car on top of it. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think I've solved it, that this one was definitely at fault. So we're taking this one out, because I did think to myself there was a knock in the suspension, but it was only on one side, but I couldn't remember which side it was on. So obviously, yeah, that's the damaged top mount. So we have this brand new top mount now going in, and hopefully no more knock out of the suspension when I'm driving. Brilliant. So new top mount on, packed with new grease. Loads of grease into that bearing down there at the bottom, and in it goes. And it's off. Definitely not the right way of doing this. What I was doing was actually looking at the camera while I was doing this at the same time, not actually paying attention while I was doing. So yeah, definitely don't do that. And that is one top mount with the strut rebuilt. When you're putting the spring back in, make sure to put it back on its perches. So it does actually stop just there. And there's a stop just there. You can see the metal actually comes out a little bit just there. And the same down, well, it's a bit hard to see. The metal does come out. And that's how you know the spring is actually in the right place and it's not going to vibrate or rattle around. Now with the strut reassembled and a new top mount, we're ready to lift all of this up and into the car. Okay, so now the big question is, after doing all this work, did it make any difference to the two top mounts? Okay, so I have two top mounts in, and look at that, just barely get my finger in. So before that, obviously I could get my whole thumb in there, now I can't. So yeah, definitely think that's a win. So thanks for watching, give a thumbs up, subscribe over there, and as always guys, thanks for watching, see you later.